This is our second video for downloading American Top 40, the 80s. This is where we're going to show you how to use the FileZilla FTP client. Part 1 we showed you how to do Windows Explorer, how to map your folder as a network location, how to create a shortcut there. You kind of see those on my desktop still. So how do we use the FileZilla FTP client? Now, if you didn't have this information, you can download it from FileZilla, or this software, excuse me. You can download it from FileZilla-project.org. You just want to make sure that you grab the client version of the software. You do not want the server version. And there is a specific version for Windows, and there is a specific version for Mac. So again, we have our email with our username, password, and our folder path. So there's two different ways you can connect to an FTP server with FileZilla. The first one is through what they call the quick connect bar. That's up here at the top. So you would just type in your host server, your username, and your password, and just go ahead and hit enter. It's going to connect you over here on the right hand side. On the right is the remote, on the left is the local. Your entire workspace here is customizable. You can make it look however you want. Here is case American Top 40 the 80s, and if we remember today, we're working with the folder test.fm. You can go down to test.fm. If I go in here, here are all my files. So if I did nothing, it's going to automatically download these files to this local folder. This particular thing is just highlighting it. It's just sending everything straight to my desktop. I'd prefer that it goes into an actual folder. So we're going to go into this temp folder here. I'm going to hold down, I clicked on 200, one click, hold down the shift key, and I'm going to hit the end key, and now that highlights everything that's in my folder. I'm going to hold down the control key and drag them from right to left and drop them in my temp folder, and you see that FileZilla automatically starts to download that content. Here's another way we could do it. Let's delete everything in our temporary folder. Let's just take a couple files, for example. We're going to take 200 to 201 and 202. I'm going to hold down the control key, and I'm going to drag them down here into my transfer queue, and I'm going to let it go. And you notice that FileZilla is doing nothing. It's just holding on to those for me. I'm going to go up one level. I'm going to go to my 1-Q sheet. I'm going to grab both of these, drag them down here, and drop them. I'm going to go up again. Let's go into optional audio. Let's find our test.fm folder. Let's just grab the first 2 or 3 files from there, and again, down them into, and you see now I have 8 files that are queued. I have a couple options. I can hold down the control key and the letter P, or I can go to the transfer menu at the top, click on process queue, and it's now going to download everything that I told it to and put it in my temporary folder on my desktop. You see I've got 900, 200 to 202, I've got 900, 240 to 242, and I have both queue sheets. So if it's just a way, a couple different ways to download from the server to a local folder. And again, we just did all this by connecting quickly with the quick connect option. So let's disconnect here. And now we're going to show you how to create a site. File menu and Site Manager, or I could click on the Site Manager shortcut. I'm going to go to New Site. I'm going to go to 80s. In this case, I'm going to go to 80s, and I'm going to put -A again. So on the right hand side in the General tab, ftp.premiere-networks.com. Protocol doesn't change, encryption doesn't change, logon type is normal. User is, again, from my email. If I didn't know what it was, I could pull it up from right here. I want that username. Password is, again, also in my email. I highly recommend that you make a notation down here in the comments of what your password is. That way, if you happen to lose the email, it would be saved in FileZilla here for you, and that way you could use then this information outside of FileZilla in an app or on another machine whenever you needed it to. We're going to go one more step to the Advanced tab, and I want the default remote directory to be my folder path for my A show. So what this is going to do is it's going to automatically connect to the Premiere-FTP server. It's going to browse to and open up this folder path every time we connect. So we hit connect, and there it is automatic. You see it's connected successfully, and it has logged me into the test.fm folder, and I have all the files that I need, and I can start my download process again. So what does that mean for the next time? I close my program, I'm ready to go next week again. I open FileZilla client, I go to the site manager, I highlight 80s-A, and I hit connect. Boom. Let's disconnect. Let's do one more. Site manager. I'm going to duplicate 80s-A because the most of the information that I need is the same. And this one I'm going to name 80s-B. So the only thing I'm going to change here is in the Advanced tab, I'm going to change to the optional audio, and then I'm going to hit connect. See, I have optional audio test FM. So here's my B program, and if I wanted to, I could drop down right here, go ahead and click on A, and I'm going to establish a connection in a new tab. So now I have both tabs open. I'm connected to the FTP server twice. One connection, I'm looking at the primary or the A folder. One connection, I'm looking at the primary or the B folder. And that's how to use FileZilla to connect to the FTP, Premiere-FTP server, and download your files, and also how to set up a couple different sites inside of the program so that it would allow you to quickly access our server and specifically your folder week over week. Thank you very much.